Rui Teixeira is Chief Financial Officer for EDP Renewables. Welcome to the Berenberg European Conference here at Penny Hill Park.
Thank you very much.
You've just unveiled growth estimates for the next 2 years. Just talk us through those headline figures.
Okay. Let me start by saying that EDPR has very basic 3 pillars of our strategy. The first one being excel in operations, given that we have 8.2 gigas of installed capacity worldwide. The second one being selective in terms of growth opportunities. And the third one, making sure that we have a self-funding business model. When we unveiled the growth estimates for the next 2 years, 500 megawatts in 2014 and 300 megawatts in 2015, basically with this we feel very comfortable that we can cope very well with the second and third strategic pillar. The fact that we are selecting growth opportunities that are profitable and with a low risk profile, mainly supported through the PPAs that we have signed in the United States, but also making sure that the size of this growth fits well with the self-funding business model that we want to ensure for the company.
So how important is the US when it comes to those figures, and what's driving that country's resurgence?
I believe that the US, first of all, this shows that we have a quality pipeline in the US, that we have quality projects. Secondly, it shows that we have a very acute commercial team that was able to establish relationship with large off-takers, utilities namely. But also shows that with the PTC extension, the production tax credit extension, this was triggering utilities for demanding for new PPAs. So by bundling these 3 factors, the quality pipeline, the fact that we have a very good commercial team, and the fact that there was demand from the utility side, we were able to sign 1,000 megawatts of PPAs, 750 of those to be for projects to be built between 2014 up to 2016.
How closely are you watching the Spanish regulatory review?
Well, the Spanish regulatory review is definitely key to EDPR in the sense that we have about 30% of our cash flow and capacity from Spain, or installed in Spain. We are still in a process of understanding, or waiting at least, what will be the outcome of the final regulation. I am not particularly concerned about the impact that it would have in the overall portfolio in terms of the cash flow generation over time. But more than anything, it's something that is undermining the confidence of investors when they look to EDPR. So once we have it clear, which should hopefully happen early in 2014, the government says February 2014, then I would be able to convey some comfort level about what is effectively the outcome of this regulation.
Just finally on our EDPR global tour, how do you see the Polish market?
I think the Polish market is showing signs of robustness. Just last week, if I recall, we had an announcement from the government publishing a new draft of the regulation, and basically has 2 main principles with which we are very happy. The first one being that it guarantees the existing regulatory framework for the existing wind farms with some fine-tuning, but very important in terms of confidence in the market. The second one is because it considers the auctions, so ex-ante competition for the new assets to be built in the future, which is the kind of environment that we prefer, making sure that if we compete ex-ante, we set up a price at which we will be selling electricity over the next 15 to 20 years, and it does mitigate regulatory risk over a long-term period.
Thanks for your time here at Penny Hill Park.
Thank you very much for the invitation.